Yeah, we are live on both Facebook Live and YouTube right now. Welcome to the Wrestlemania Post Show. I'm your host, Nick Manzione. I'm live on both platforms, both YouTube and Facebook. So hi everybody, hi everybody on YouTube, hi everybody on Facebook. It's awesome to see you guys here. We're gonna do a post show wrap up for Wrestlemania because it just ended about 15 minutes ago, and I wanted to do a post show, give you my thoughts, and see what you think of it. So we're gonna go for a bit. I'm gonna take your questions there. I'm gonna take your questions. I'm gonna give you my thoughts basically on WrestleMania 33. I won't do an extended um I will not do an extended a post show, but I will give you my just basic thoughts because I know it's late and I know people have to work in the morning. So I'll just give you my thoughts on what happened, the general feeling, and yeah, I'll let you know what I thought. So if you're watching right now, I am on live on both Facebook and YouTube. So I'm gonna put a comment in the comment section below. So let's get right into it. WrestleMania 33. Well, that was one heck of a show, folks. Uh, First and foremost, let's begin with the main event. Um, as I say, my pre-show video on YouTube and Facebook Live, I said I felt Roman Reigns was winning, and I proved, or it proved to be true. Roman Reigns got the win over the Undertaker, ending the career of the Undertaker. The Undertaker officially retired tonight. Um, so he is no longer a active member of the WWE roster as of tonight. This was his last match, and it really showed in the match chemistry and the match setup. It really showed that he couldn't hang anymore, and it was really sad. It was really sad to see. Um, yeah, it was it was sad to see the shape that he was in. But what are you gonna do? It's He's the only performer over the last 30 years to be consistent on the roster. Um, as in terms of pay-per-view matches, in terms of title runs, in terms of the WrestleMania streak. Now the WrestleMania streak is officially over, and that begs the question: what next? Do they go ahead and start the storyline with Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar? Do they start tomorrow night on Raw? That is the biggest question that I have right now. Coming out of WrestleMania, there were certain questions to be uh, delivered, and I think that's the one big one. Does WWE uh, start the feud between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns for next year's WrestleMania tomorrow night? In my opinion, I think they should. I think, if you have the year build up to the main event of WrestleMania a year out, it only makes sense. I think in this case that you have to do it because Roman Reigns has proved to be a hate to say this, Roman Reigns has proved to be a main eventer, even though he's four-time champion. He's proved to be a main eventer. He's proved everything in the world. He set up his dollars by winning the match tonight. I personally thought the Undertaker was going to win, but I mean I wasn't surprised at the result at all. I thought the match the the match went the way I expected it. So we're gonna share this actually. We're gonna share it in Google Plus. Correct. Then we're gonna share it on Twitter. Okay, so I thought the match went the way it was supposed to. Um, yeah, not so much the Undertaker's retirement, but the way it happened. Hmm, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. It's just and I'm glad I did WrestleMania show predictions, and I'm glad I'm doing this right now because again, that's the biggest question going into Raw tomorrow night is do they start the storyline with Lesnar and Reigns going to WrestleMania 34, which is next April in New Orleans. Um, as far as everything else on the card, here's my basic thought. Randy Orton winning the WWE Championship. Um, okay, I mean, I think this feud's not over at all. I think they're going to continue the feud for a long time. I think that's the only feud you can have. But yeah, it did what it had to do. The match with John Cena, again, and you're gonna sense a theme for all these matches, that all the matches did what they had to do. Uh, there wasn't the only surprise of the night was the Hardy Boys coming back and winning the tag team titles on Raw, but that was the only surprise of the night. Other than that, everything went as expected. It was a good show. Lots of good wrestling, lots of great moments. The crowd was absolutely fantastic in Orlando, and Orlando's probably one of the best home cities for wrestling that I've ever been a part of. Um, and again, I have not been in New York City for a long time. I have not been in New Jersey for a long time, so I'm being kind of biased here, and I'm saying Orlando is probably one of the best crowds for wrestling that I've ever experienced. And uh, man, the main thing to come out of it is that the set absolutely fantastic. The set was the best part of WrestleMania because the way they built that set was awesome, and everybody was there. The Citrus Bowl had about 75 to 78,000 people there, and it was jumping all night. So initial thoughts: am I excited to see what direction WWE will head? Uh, come 3 weeks before another pay per view in San Jose. Um, that's a real tough question to answer because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if the championship is going to be defended on Raw at all because of Brock Lesnar winning the title tonight. Um, and I said in my video that I wouldn't be surprised either way. Well, Brock Lesnar ended up winning. Now it just begs the question: is the title going to be defended on pay per view every month, or do we have to wait till SummerSlam? My initial feeling is we're gonna have to wait till SummerSlam until everything gets sorted out. So it sucks, but what are you gonna do with that? So if you need to build up, um, basically what you're doing is you're without, even though Brock Lesnar won tonight, you're without a title on Raw essentially because he's not going to be there every night. He's not going to defend the championship probably until SummerSlam, which is in August. It's a long time away from now, so you're probably looking at probably about 4 months in between title defenses. So that is that's that. Again, what do you do? What do you do with Miz? Do you build them up, or do you have them continue to feud with Braun Strowman, which I think they will do. I think the Strowman Reigns feud will continue. I don't think that's over by a long shot. What do you do with Braun Strowman? Do you stick him in the title picture immediately, or because what he did tonight at WrestleMania really didn't help him at all? It didn't hurt him, but it didn't help him at all. Um, he was in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and um, it really didn't help him at all to be in it. He didn't really necessarily have to be in it, but it was good that he was in it. And the biggest takeaway from WrestleMania is there's a lot of questions left unanswered. What do you do now? That's the biggest question. What do you do now? And I know there's the WWE draft coming up in a couple of weeks. Is that going to fix anything? Who knows? You don't know. You don't know what they're going to do. You you have an idea. You have a foundation about what they're going to do for next year's WrestleMania, but that's still a year and a half away. So you don't know what they're going to do between now and then. Who's going to win the Royal Rumble this year? Who's going to main event SummerSlam? You don't know. That's the biggest thing coming out of WrestleMania 33. You would have coming out of each WrestleMania, you would have potential storylines for SummerSlam and for Royal Rumble all set up after WrestleMania. But tomorrow night's going to be interesting because how are they going to do this? Is Vince going to be on Raw? Are we going to get a new general manager? Are we going to get a new commissioner? Is the brand split going to end? I don't know if it's going to end or not. I don't know. So many questions left unanswered that I'm not at a loss of words. I'm just wondering if the direction that they're going to go in is the right direction. Man, it's sad to see the Undertaker retire. It really is. Growing up with him, I was let's see, he debuted in 1990 or yeah, 1990. I was 4 years old, so I've been watching the Undertaker for 26 years. So it's been a long time. So what do you do with him? Does that beg the question? His his greatest match uh, is the match that's never going to happen at WrestleMania. And the rumor was potentially that he was supposed to face John Cena in the main event in Orlando tonight, but apparently they scrapped those plans for some reason. So I don't know. You just don't know what's going to happen. You just don't know the backstage plans. Um, WrestleMania, it was good. It was good. I have no complaints. It was good. It wasn't great. It was good. Um, would I have done things a little bit different? Yeah, I probably would do things a little bit different. Um, would I have swapped the one of the matches out for the match on the main card? Then yeah, I probably would swap Dean Ambrose to the main card instead of putting the women's match on second to last. I think that was a horrible mistake. Um, I think that match should have gone on first or second. And the match tonight, oh, excuse me, the match tonight, I don't know. It's hard to decide what the match tonight was, only because I don't think there was any candidate for match tonight. I think every match was solid. The match was great. I think it was good, and that's what I'm saying. It was good. It it did what I had to do. It could have been a whole lot better though. So on my rating scale, like I do with food reviews, I'm gonna rate WrestleMania from 1 to 10, with 1 being awful and 10 being awesome. I'm gonna give WrestleMania 33 a I don't know. I'm gonna this is just my initial feeling, but I'm gonna give this seven a 7 out of 10. I think that's fair. I think I think a 7 out of 10 is a solid rating for this one. I think it did what it had to do. It was good. There were some awesome moments. Could it have been better? Yeah. any WrestleMania you watch, there's always flaws, there's always mistakes, there's always things that don't go as planned. So of course any WrestleMania could have been better. But this gets a solid 7 out of 10. I think it was good. Uh, it was a good night of wrestling. It was a long night of wrestling. WrestleMania actually began at 5. So if you count the pre-show along with the main card, that's over 5 hours and 45 minutes of wrestling in total, and um that's Raw and SmackDown combined. If you combine both Raw and SmackDown into one show, well, you got WrestleMania. So it was a long night. But it was a good night. The crowd was hot all night, which the Orlando crowd is awesome for any wrestling event. So that was cool. And there seemed to be some huge moments down here in Orlando. This seems to be the second home for WWE, which is awesome because Orlando is the epicenter of everything. So that's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, so it gets a good solid 7 out of 10. It was very good, and I'm I'm intrigued. I'm not interested, but I'm intrigued, and I'm also curious to see what direction I'm going to go in next. Because if it, I don't know, I don't know, and that's the fun of being a wrestling fan. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know who's going to debut tomorrow night, and I hope to God somebody debuts tomorrow night from NXT because it's time to create new wrestlers in NXT. It's time to train the new crop of NXT wrestlers. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see how that plays into the Raw, and we're gonna see. So that's my WrestleMania post-show wrap-up. I know it's late. It's 12:55 Monday morning. So what I have to do is I have to go to bed and get up early, upload a food review for you guys because I have still 3 more food reviews to upload. So I'm gonna do that in the morning. I just wanted to do this video and a prediction video today because WrestleMania was relevant tonight. And thank you guys for all the comments. You left so many good comments on my production video, and I hope you leave so many good comments on here because that'd be awesome. Again, if you just told me WrestleMania was a good show, it wasn't a great show. It was a good show. No complaints from me. Everything. It felt like everything did what it had to do. That's what kind of show it was. Everything did what it had to do. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That's a good thing. But the direction, it left more unanswered questions than anything. So I'll be interested to see Raw tomorrow night and the response I got in the comments about doing wrestling videos. Thank you guys so much. You seem to very, very enjoy the wrestling videos. So I might venture off and add some wrestling to my channel. So that may happen in the near future. If you guys want me to. And again, leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about WrestleMania. Did you think it was a good show? What are your thoughts about the direction of WWE? Do you think the Hardys will inject some chemistry in the tag team division? What do you think about Brock Lesnar winning? What do you think about Naomi winning in the hometown of Orlando? What do you think about um, what do you think about Dean Ambrose? What do you think about Triple H losing? And I'm surprised that happened. What do you think? What's your opinion, folks? So I'm just gonna do this real fast. I'm gonna talk about the channel too. So I'll be uploading 2 food reviews tomorrow. We'll be getting back to our schedule, and yeah, I have plenty more food reviews to go. I have plenty more of these videos to go. So if you want more of these videos, just leave a thumbs up in that thumbs up bar. Let me know that you like these videos, and we'll move on from there. But folks, I know it's late, so I'm gonna end up my WrestleMania post show by saying this. Thank you for watching WrestleMania. It was pretty awesome to sit through 5.5 hours of wrestling just for one night. We could all come together and talk about wrestling. It was actually the #1 trending term on Twitter, so I was following Twitter all night, and I was following the guys from WhatCulture.com all night, so that was kind of cool. And I want to thank you guys for joining me on my channel. You guys are the best fans in the world. You guys, I'm not like WWE. I actually listen to my fans. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you back here tomorrow with another food review. So I want to thank you for joining me. I want to say Wrestlemania was awesome. And I want to say to you guys, have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow, folks. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys in the morning. Take care.